this is a world of sin. Scripture says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world, but everything that's of the world is basically an enmity with the Most High. Everything that, this is not the image of the heaven world, this is not the image of the spiritual world. Okay? This is hell. The scriptures say that it's the valley of death. It's the valley of death. Death is on every side. The pollution, okay, the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe. Okay, even when you deal with these women, that's why most men, there's a thing called MGTOW, you know, men going their own way. Because men don't even, a lot of these men, it's like, man, fuck these bitches, man, I'm doing my own thing now. You know what I'm saying? So there's this death, everything is set up to just bring about death in this place, man. Okay? So in this place of wickedness, you're going to have men that are sighing and crying for all these abominations, man. Okay, there's a scripture that say that you're not meant to give the Most High no rest, give him no rest day nor night, until he establish and make this place basically righteous, man. Okay, and we those men, if anything, because we don't see no other guys that are diligently coming out here week after week. I mean, you got the Christians, but the Christians aren't necessarily saying this place is wicked. They ain't saying this place is going to be destroyed. They're just saying Jesus Christ, repent, and all this other shit, man. They're not really saying that this place is wicked and needs to be destroyed.
They're not preaching against this place, basically.
So hold on. Let me finish this.
Verse 5. And the others said in my hearing, go ye after through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have pity. Verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children.
Both maids and little children.
And women.
And women.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
So don't destroy any man that's sealed, that has that seal for salvation. Alright, because Lord willing, we're gonna make it through the time of Jacob's trouble. Lord willing, we're gonna make it through the time of tribulation.
Well, I'm serious according to what this is.
Okay.
Tribulation come.
Yeah, time of trouble is going. What's that trouble? That time of tribulation, what does that consist of? That time of tribulation consists of an economic collapse, martial law, alright, shutdown of public transportation, alright, the confiscation of all materials, goods, okay, food.
Anti-hoarding acts, innit?
Yeah, basically. Everything.
That's what they're gonna do.
You know, concentration camps. Or what else, man?
Just guillotines.
Race wars. Starvation.
Ease and famine. That's true. Famine.
Disease outbreaks. Ebola, what's that? Pandemic, viruses and shit. Okay? People running around screaming, cannibalism. Alright? Crime escalation, suicide escalation. All kind of madness and confusion, man. All kinds of madness, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be
all kinds of craziness.
Everyone got that arguing in the corner of the living room.
So basically, it's going to be the Most High that's going to be protecting us during that time and guiding us throughout all the troubles that we're going to be experiencing during that time. Alright? But it says, only the men that have that mark of exemption from destruction, they're the ones that's going to be protected. Everybody else that don't have that mark, they're going to get the sword, man. They're going to die in the starvation. They're going to die in the race riots. Okay? They're going to die in the class wars. They're going to die, okay, of starvation. They're going to die of the cannibalism. A lot of them are going to kill themselves, kill their own children. Okay? A lot of them are going to be put to death in the concentration camps. Alright? A lot of them are just going to go crazy, man. A lot of people are just going to lose their minds and go crazy. People are going crazy right now. So how much more will all hell break loose?
It's Luke 21 and 26. And it says, men's hearts failing them for the fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Alright, so it said that men's hearts will be failing them for looking for the things that are coming upon the earth. So basically, it's going to be a thing where right now, people, they know within themselves that something terrible is going to come. That's why you have something called doomsday preppers. Like basically a bunch of Edomite guys in the States, basically that are prepping up food, okay, equipment,
Beans.
all right, beans, grains, okay, in basically like underground retreats and stuff like that, mountain retreats, because they know that something catastrophic is coming to the United States of America. Alright, that's what I said, men's hearts failing them, but the things that are coming upon the earth. They know that this economy is set up to collapse. They know that the US dollar is worthless, it's not backed by nothing, but eventually it's going to become nothing, to the point where people are going to have no other choice, okay, but to take microchips inside of them. And there's certain people in the States that say, I ain't taking that chip. So naturally, I'm going to have to resort to finding my own way of surviving. Okay, that's why you have these doomsday preppers, like I just said, bro. And other Edomite groups that are basically anti-government, bro. Right? And during that time, all these groups, all these post-apocalyptic groups, they'll put on a list, okay, to get snatched up and put in concentration camps, man, because they're going to be deemed as being terrorists. Okay, we, the Israelites, are also listed a part of that as well, as being terrorists. The Christians, the Muslims, anybody that's anti-government, okay, or has their own belief system, has their own opinions, they're targeted as being terrorists, okay? So the Most High is going to have to be with you during that time, because the elites have this all planned out. They have all our names, they have all our addresses, okay? They know when you were born, they know what primary school you went to, they know what secondary school you went to, they know what job you have, they got your national insurance number, they got your social security number, they know who you're related to, okay? Because if they can't catch you where you live, they'll go to one of your relatives, man. Alright? So that's when during the time you're going to have loved ones turning against one another, alright? And all kinds of other badness going on. Alright, so we're entering into a time of dread and terror, man. A time that never was since there was a nation on earth. Alright? And the scriptures say that the only ones that's going to make it is the elect, man, the ones who has that exemption. Okay? So you said the other scripture.
Just to go into the point where you're making about it's about to come. It's going to get to the point in 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. I'll start from 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days.
Right, so Ezra says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. Okay? We'll see, what's Ezra's talking about? Ezra's talking about the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of great tribulation. Alright? And he said, he saw this, he foresaw all this in a vision, and he said, who the hell is going to deliver me from all of that? And meaning Ezra was talking about reincarnation because Ezra knew that he'd be here.
It's our website.
Oh, right. Oh, no, you know.
Alright?
That's a got a computer at home.
Your head, you're already thinking about it. It's deep.
You know? So Ezra saw that and he said that he was going to deliver me in those days. He knew he'd be here.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine, great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning.
So wait a minute, it said the beginning of great death, man. Great death. Not just death, but great death. So all these people, you gotta know that all these people you see walking around, the majority of them are gonna die, man. All the people that you say hello to in the morning, you say good afternoon. People you see on these buses, headphones in. A lot of these people are sealed for death. These little youths, these women. You know what I'm saying? These men. I mean, just look at these people. They're going to. You have to understand these people. Their future is to die. Okay, their future is to die. The scripture say the world right now is for many, but the world to come for few, man. So there's going to be a mass depopulation of people during the time to come. That's what I'm trying to say. You brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? You're all up into the world. You itching your head. You don't know whether to take this thing seriously. You better get serious, man. The Most High is about to get serious. The Most High is about to bring serious times, man. It's going to be like a slap in the face to even brothers who are diligent, man. Okay, because you can be talking about these things for years and years on end, but when it finally does get down, you're gonna start feeling it, man. You're going to feel it. It's gonna be a much more different experience from talking about it. All right. A lot of these people in church are gonna die, man. But not all of them. They're all gonna be all these are all paganistic churches. These are not churches of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh's name and Yahweh Shai's name is not being promoted inside these churches, inside these mosques. Okay? So all the people that are stuck up in these churches are going to be wiped out, them and all their children. The Most High doesn't have mercy, man, against somebody that hasn't repented. The Lord's given those of his people time to repent. And that's now. This is the Most High's mercy right now. While the Most High's holding back the sword of judgment, this is the time of mercy right now, when the Lord has brought out his servants, the prophets. So the Lord speaks unto you during a time of prosperity. During a time of prosperity, that's when the Lord sends his prophets. So that's like an assassin type of thing, because during the time of prosperity, people are in the house of mourning, people are in the house of mirth. People are mirthing it up, man, going clubbing. You see the people smiling, enjoying their girlfriends, driving their nice whip and car and trying to impress the girlies and the honeys. You know what I'm saying? Trying to spend that money, trying to look good, wearing the Gucci, all right? Enjoying the Saturday night out with his girls, with his boys. People not in the house of mourning. People are in the house of what? Feasting, all right? And that's when the Lord sends his prophets. That's when the Lord speaks unto you. Because the Lord's trying to decipher which ones of you are actually going to lament and mourn and put sackcloth and rent your mind, you know what I'm saying? And humble yourselves and turn yourselves and discipline yourselves in a time of mourning. Yeah, go on. Hold on, wait. You go.
It's Ephesians 5, and I'll start from 15.
Demons.
No, I'll start from
5:15, that's a good one. Walking around there.
I start from 14, and it says, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead.
So it says, awake thou that sleepest, and awake from the dead.
And Yahweh Shai shall give thee light.
And Yahweh Shai will give you light. The light is talking about this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And that light is you being an Israelite. Because once you find out that one piece of information, say if you're in a Gentile state of mind, and you find out you're an Israelite, that opens up the doors to the rest of this truth. Knowing that the kingdom is for you. Knowing that you're the chosen people. Knowing that all these other people that you fought with your friends are really your enemies. Okay? And they're really supposed to bow down to you. Alright? You're going to be taking their women and renting and having everything pretty much. Okay, you realize that you're a son, there's something special. The reason why I've been suffering for so long is because you are a son of the Most High. And according to the scriptures, we're suffering because of our sins. Alright? So all kinds of answers are come to your knowledge, man.
No, I don't want you to read it.
You can't take my Bible like that.
I just want to buy it.
Don't give strangers your sword, man.
Yeah,
Okay?
don't give them.
So
don't let them
it says,
take it out
awake
your
thou
hand.
that sleepest, man.
You are.
Because who's sleeping right now? Who's living the American dream? Who's trying to live this dream, trying to make it in society, trying to climb society, trying to get money, you know what I'm saying? Trying to decorate their hell. Here is you on hell, you trying to live luxuriously in hell.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You're sleeping, you're dreaming. You're trying to live a dream, which means you're sleeping. The scripture says you men will wake the hell up. Wake up and realize this place is polluted and it will destroy you with a sword destruction. Man. You know what I'm saying? Because wisdom is crying aloud in the streets, telling you to turn from your wicked ways. Alright? Stop being effeminate. Stop simping for these women. Learn how to gird yourself, your loins up like
What do
a
you mean
man.
by that? By
Okay.
simple for the women. What do you mean by that?
Simping.
Sympathy for the women.
I said simping.
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 What's that mean?
Simping means bending over backwards for a woman.
Yeah, well, the woman is the creator of a child plus the man's seed.
Yeah,
So how could you disrespect a female like
I don't disrespect her female.
that? But still, anyway, on a serious note, I'd like to understand where you're coming from. If you could tell me, that would be much
Where
obliged.
what country you from?
Exactly where you're standing. So
Where's your dad from?
Where's my what?
Your dad from?
Upper power.
Okay, but we find out where's your biological father from?
It's from God, man. I am
games.
God. We're all God in our own right. We can do
You're
wrong. We
playing
can
games. Playing games. How can I do with you if you playing games?
I just want to know.
I want to know where your
I'm asking
biological
a
father
question.
from.
That's it. I don't know much about.
I'm asking you a question. Where's your biological father from?
God, isn't it?
You're playing games, man. Let's have a nice day.
No, that's going back.
Let's continue.
You're going back about who's actual.
What? Ask one question.
No.
Ephesians 5 and 14 again, and it says, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead.
Arise from the dead, man. Not like the vampire, like you're dead, like you just like that. Like you gotta rise from the dead. That dead stay of man, because you're dead to the Most High right now. Talking about the 2/3. I mean, those of our people that are potentially of the elect, but right now you're on a Gentile way of life. You've got the shape ups, you've got the lineups, you've got the shaving your face, tattoos. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
In the morning.
You know, all of that filth. You get what I'm saying? You're doing all of that. The scripture is telling you to arise from the dead, man. Because right now, the Most High is not in the spirit world with tattoos on it, with a line up. You're not in his image right now. You're in the image of a heathen, man. That's why the Most High gave this vision to Peter about a sheet knitted to the tent, the four corners. Okay, and on the sheet was four-footed beasts and all kind of unclean animals. And what was that vision entailing? Peter didn't understand it. What it meant was that our people are in a filthy, unclean state. They're in a heathenistic state, and that they must repent from their ways, man. Because right now our people are the Most High sees our people as being filthy, man, as being unclean. Okay, through their heathenistic ways. So pretty much, the Most High is not the God of the dead, but He's the God of the living. So what our people need to do is come out of those heathenistic dead ways and come back to the ways of life, the book of life. Alright? And the book of life is telling you, listen, your bloodline descends from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These people are the sign of descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay?
Proverbs 21 and 16 says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Right, you hear that? The scripture says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding is in the congregation of the dead, man. Alright? So you need to come out of that congregation of the dead, you need to come back to the ways of understanding, man. Alright? Which means you need to listen to the brothers of Great Millstone, the Hebrew Israelites. That are out here in the highways and byways teaching this truth. Because we're telling you what you are, man. We're giving you life. We're actually giving you something that actually means something, man. Alright? Because being black don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Jamaican. There's no such thing as the ancient Jamaicans. The ancient African Americans. These are all this man-made labels, man. But then you have a lot of our people that swear by these labels. Now they're proud to wave the Jamaican flag. They're proud to wave the Nigerian flag. The word Nigerian means nigger, man, or Negro. You get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So with none of these things, what we're trying to give you is life. You know, it's spirit. We're trying to tell you that you're Israelites. Okay? And for you to believe that you're an Israelite, that in itself takes faith, man. Because none of us have records to show that we're Israelites.
Sometimes
right?
someone comes here.
We are the Israelites.
It's a documentary on Jewish men. Re-emerging Jews in Nigeria. Because obviously, we migrated into Africa.
So I said this, right?
Hands are full. When the Romans...
The word Israel means Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah. Alright?
Yeah, that's it.
Means he is a prince of the Most High. Alright? So that has meaning, man. We're sons of the Most High. Now when you go into the Bible, Daniel chapter 7 verse 9, it tells you that the Ancient of Days had an afro, man. Had woolly hair. Okay? That's us right here. That's our Father in heaven. Okay? That shows you that we're sons of the highest. Alright? So we've got any scriptures going on.
Let me finish this before you go down.
Okay, back to Ephesians 5 and 15, and it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
Right. Perfect scripture. The scripture said the days are evil, man. The times are evil. You can't trust. You have to be smart, man. That's why it says be circumspect. You have to be smart out here, man. Because when you deal with these people don't have your best interests. You deal with these people out here, these people are only trying to have their own interests, trying to serve themselves out here. That's why there's a saying, I'm trying to get mine. You know, do you. You know, do what's good for you.
His name's Taylor.
I've even told girls that I've dealt with that, I said, do what's good for you, man. I'm trying to do me. You know? When you deal with a woman, now a woman can teach you about the life, the evil times we're in. Because women are selfish, man. A woman will teach you about the game. That it's all based upon selfishness. You need to look after yourself right now. Right, you need to look after yourself and look after the Most High, man. Okay? Forget about all these people out here. Forget about all these people. Like the scripture said, the days are evil.
Yeah.
And the word evil means bad time. Alright? We're living in bad times, man. Out here, brothers ain't got a woman out here. Alright? It's bad out here, man. Especially for our nation. Okay? Hey, man, you got homosexual men walking around our all-time high. Cross-dressers, prostitution, pedophilia, alright, murdering. Just the other day, literally just 2 days ago, 4 youths around 13, 14 years old got stabbed up, man. Just around on Woolworth Road, Camberwell Green Road, man. 4 youths just got stabbed up. These are little kids, man. 13 years old, 14 years old. But they want to be gangsters in there. You know what I'm saying? And there's a West African type Israelites that got knifed up, man. Alright? The police came, the bully van came, one youth got arrested. Okay? The ambulance van came. I was there at the time. I didn't see the youths get stabbed up, but I was there after, you know, when the crime scene and everything like that. They wanted they put a police sellotape all around the area and stuff. Everybody came out and shit, talking about it and stuff. The media came and everything. 4 youths, 13, 14, these little youths, no one cares about them, man. No one cares. They're Jakes. It's normal. It's normal because they. Exactly. All right. So we're living in bad times, man. The scriptures say that gross darkness has covered the people. All right. This is a wicked time we're in because the wicked beareth rule. That's why the people are mourning. So that's why everyone's out to get their own. You know, it's every man for themselves out here. All right, that's why you need to be careful who you're befriending. The scriptures talk about careful who you make your friends, man. You're going to approve them first, you know, and all that. The scripture says walk circumspectly. Okay, redeeming the time, man. Okay, because the days are few and they're evil, man. All right. That's why the scriptures talk about being on your watch. Okay? It's bad out here, man. You can't even talk to somebody without them getting rude to you. You can't even walk up to somebody without them looking at you dodgy and shit. Think about it. We're in a melting pot society where you got all types of different nations of people and they all have their stereotypes, man. They all have their prejudices. So how the hell can this be a place of love? It's ridiculous. It don't make no damn sense. Don't make no damn sense, man. Okay? We're living in a place where you trying to act as though you don't see color. You want to pretend like you don't see it. Like we're all the same. That's what they say. That's the Babylonian wine. Okay? That's the wine of Babylon. Inside that cup. Okay? That's Esau's wine. That's Esau's philosophy. Okay? That's his philosophy. That's his witchcraft. deceiving the people to all merge into one and become one people.
About 10 minutes left on this. About 10 minutes.
Okay then. All right then. So you have to go to equipment to do that. You have the equipment to do that. Right? So it's crazy, man. We're living in bad times, evil times. You have a lot of our people that when you tell them about the kingdom coming, they don't want to believe that there's like a kingdom that's gonna come. They want this to be the kingdom. They only know this. They only see this. So they're trying to make this place as happy as possible. Okay? They're trying to build their family here. Okay? They want to pretend as though everything is nice and dandy. Alright? Why? Because they can't deal with the truth. They can't deal with the deepness of what we're trying to tell them. Why? Because they're not of the elect.
This is 2 Peter 3 and 13, and it says, nevertheless we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
That's what we're looking for, man. We're looking for the end of all this bullshit, man. Bus stops and buses and pollution and bikes and concrete, bubble gum on the concrete. You know what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? We around all these other nations of people, alright, all the time, man. And you know, say they don't have any positive thoughts towards us, even though they smile with us and try to befriend us and try to have sex with us and all women and whatnot. They don't have any positive thoughts towards us. But yeah, we're supposed to get along with them. Alright? But yeah, we're supposed to get along with them. And if you see the state and condition of our nation, we're deteriorating, man. Alright? We're dying in this place. We as a nation are dying in this place. You understand what I'm saying? In the midst of Babylon, our nation is decaying and dying. Show you that this place is not for us. No, going to get it. You're telling me he's a nice Edomite.
Yeah. And you know what? At the end of the day, a lot of these Edomites, they hate us, but they just put a facade on, man.
There's a lot of people like that I know when I was in that Jehovah's Witness, man.
You know, you got nice Edomite that come out of church, that believe everyone can be saved.
Most likely when he goes home, he's going home to an empty house, isn't it? So any opportunity he has to interact with anybody when he takes it.
Yeah. Especially with Jake's, because he said his ex-wife was a Yoruba woman.
Yeah.
So he's obviously attracted to Jake, isn't he?
That's a hell of a lot about the Bible, man.
Yeah, of course. Because you got a lot of them, because like I said, the devil cover off the face of the judges. So a lot of these Edomites genuinely thought that the Bible originated from them.
Yeah.
Because we thought it originated from them. So how much more them? Because they're the ones that created the Caesar Borgia image. Alright?
I was looking up top 10 most famous human beings, and they put Jesus Christ and a big picture of Caesar Borgia as number one.
As the what?
As number one.
Number one what?
That image there, that's the number one most famous human being of all time.
It is because you know that guy, what's his name? Polite?
Yeah.
He did a survey with Sarah Sulisei, asked these Israelite kids, who's the most important man in your life? Cesare Borgia. Yeah, Cesare Borgia, the picture. They had Malcolm X, they had some other people. They all said this guy, man.
Yeah. Because this guy's in the hearts and minds of our nation.
Literally, yeah, it's a tattoo on everybody's mind, man.
Yeah.
You see that? So you have to understand that slavery wasn't so much physical; it was psychological.
Yeah, it was mental.
And spiritual. It broke the psychology and the spirit of our people.
Yeah.
Not so much the physical. Alright?
Let me do this one.
Yeah, it was mental, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's why we worked on the psyche and the spirit of our people. You know, because if you see this guy, what's his name? Willie Lynch. He wasn't so much aiming at the physical He was trying to aim at our mental and our spirit.
Yeah,
He was aiming, That's
yeah.
what he was aiming for. He wasn't aiming at, listen, let's break him up. He was, the whole plan he was doing was to attack our mindset and to attack our spirit. To break us, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there's Winston used to have a book called Before the Mayflower, and I was reading it, and it said when slavery started, many of our people rebelled, even our women. And you had a woman that had a cracker slave master, and she screwed glass and crushed glass in his porridge, man. Because he liked a hot bowl of porridge in the morning, so she crushed glass in it and fed it to him, and he choked to death, man. And that was a righteous spirit, man. Like on the root, is it filming?
Filming, yeah.
Like on Roots, the Next Generation, I watched that a few weeks ago, part by part. And you Jakes, I've heard some people in the truth say it, not disrespecting or whatever. All those slave movies, all those period pieces, you should be watching them, man. I don't care how bad it is, man. Like the film Rosewood, man, that was a true story, man. You had two little Jake kids run out into the farm because they thought that their dad and the church was calling, ringing the bells, and these crackers were ready to shoot them Jakes, man. One of them was about 4 years old, the other one was 5, man. And it's based upon a true story, man. You know? That's why when you coons come up trying to save them, man, it just gets me angry. And that's the problem with Jake. They watch a program, they remember, then they get comfortable, man. That's why Donald Trump is the best thing that the Lord put him in the White House. Is good, man. Constantly just stir up Jake, man. Yeah. Wicked, man.
You know? So that's right now the condition that we're in. But you know what? 2/3 of our people, the scripture says the deceived and the deceiver is his.
Yeah.
Belong to the Most High.
Yeah.
So now we can trust me. When I first came to this truth, I lamented over the condition of my nation. I did that actually lament. I used to walk up and down in Catford, and I saw the condition of my people, and it hurt me inside, man. All right. You see the estate that they're in. It reminds me of the scriptures when Yahweh Shai said he saw his people going like scattered like sheep without a shepherd. That's how I saw my nation. Okay, and that's what compelled me to even dive even further into the truth.
Yeah.